Today, we are diving into a really big idea, one that could totally reshape our digital lives. It's called decentralized identity, and it's all about a new way of, well, owning your digital self. We're going to break down exactly what that means. So, get this. A full 75% of security pros saw a huge spike in cyber attacks just last year. And you know what the hackers are always after? Those massive centralized databases where companies keep all our most sensitive info. This security crisis is precisely why we have to completely rethink digital identity from the ground up. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at why the current model is so broken. Then we'll dive into a new framework that puts you back in control. We'll also check out its most powerful use case, see which big markets are getting shaken up, and finally take a look at the road to adoption. Okay, first up, the broken identity model. Let's talk about the crazy high cost we're all paying for this idea of centralized trust.
Look, the systems we're all using today, they're fundamentally flawed. They create these giant honeypots of data that are just begging to be hacked, which leads to those constant data breaches we hear about. For us, it means a totally fragmented online life, juggling a million different passwords. For businesses, it's a compliance nightmare. And this is critical. This broken system leaves about 850 million people around the world completely shut out, unable to prove who they are to get basic services.
And the money side of this problem, it's just staggering. According to Forbes, a single large company can spend up to $500 million a year on these old-school verification rules. That is a massive, inefficient drag on the entire global economy. So what's the answer? Well, it's a new framework called decentralized identity, or sometimes you'll hear it called self-sovereign identity. The whole point is to put you, the user, back in the driver's seat. At its heart is this really simple idea, a triangle of trust. You've got an issuer, say the government, who gives a credential to the holder, that's you. You then choose to present it to a verifier, maybe a bank. Now, here's the absolute game changer. There's no central database they all have to check. The power, the control, it all stays with you. So here's how it actually works in practice. Step 1. A trusted group like a university issues you a digital credential. Step 2. You hold on to it in your own secure digital wallet on your phone. Step 3. You present it only when you need to prove something. And step 4, the verifier checks its authenticity using some clever cryptography. You control what you share, when you share it, and who you share it with. Simple as that. Now, the foundation holding all this together is something called a decentralized identifier, or a DID. The easiest way to think about a DID is like it's your own permanent, personal address on this new identity internet. It's yours, you control it, and it's not tied to Google or Facebook or anyone else. And what lives at that address? Your verifiable credentials, or VCs. These are the actual digital documents themselves. Your driver's license, your university diploma, proof you work somewhere. Each one is sealed in what some people call a cryptographic wrapper, which just means it's digitally signed and totally tamper-proof. Okay, so we've got the theory down. Now let's talk about the killer app that's really driving this thing forward, especially in the world of finance, the reusable KYC revolution. I mean, just look at this comparison. It's night and day. The old know your customer process is so repetitive and manual. It can take days, even weeks. The new model, it's reusable, it's automated, and it takes seconds. We're talking about a complete shift from a high-cost, high-risk process to something that is instant, secure, and controlled by you. And if you're wondering why businesses are jumping on this, here's the big reason. This thing called KYC fatigue is a huge deal. Customer drop-off rates when they're trying to sign up for a new service can be over 50%. That's half your potential customers just giving up out of frustration. Reusable identity attacks that pain point directly, making the user experience way better and boosting those conversion rates. And this is all powered by some incredible, almost magical-sounding tech called zero-knowledge proofs. This is what lets you prove something is true without actually revealing the secret information itself. For instance, you can prove you're over 18 to buy something online without ever showing anyone your actual birthday. It's verification with maximum privacy. Okay, let's pull back for a second and really try to quantify this disruption. Which markets are being completely reshaped by this technology? We are not talking about some niche little technology here. This is a fundamental economic shift that could upend a combined market of over $170 billion.
We're talking about massive industries like the $86 billion cybersecurity space, the $70 billion RegTech market, and a whole lot more. The potential impact is just enormous.
And this isn't just a someday thing. Real-world applications are popping up everywhere, right now. In finance, it's that instant onboarding we talked about. In healthcare, it's about having portable health records that you control. Education is using it for verifiable digital diplomas. And even huge government projects like the EU's digital identity wallet are pushing this technology into the mainstream.
All right, finally, let's talk about the road ahead. We have to be realistic about the challenges and hurdles that still stand in the way of mass adoption.
Yeah, the path forward isn't totally clear just yet. For one, laws and regulations need to catch up with the tech. The user experience has to be absolutely seamless for everyday people, not just techies. We need global standards so a credential issued in one country actually works in another. And of course, you've got that classic chicken and egg problem. You need enough issuers and verifiers to join the network to make it useful for everyone. But even with those challenges, the direction we're heading is pretty clear. This technology is on track to completely reshape our digital lives, moving us to a world where we as individuals truly own our digital identities. And that brings up a really profound question. As more and more of our lives go digital, is controlling our own identity maybe the next fundamental human right? And that wraps up our look at decentralized identity. Thanks for tuning in. And just a quick reminder, this content is for informational purposes only. This is not financial advice.